Welcome back everyone to another episode of Landscape Series. So we just finished mowing your property back there, but we got one more job before we end up going back up to the shop. So we're still cleaning up from that storm we had here. I got a call to come over to these properties to cut down these half trees. So we're gonna jump out, grab the chainsaw and get these done. Now I'm not gonna charge too much for it because the homeowner, they just want me to cut the tree down, leave it exactly where it's to. So I'm gonna start with this one over here. We'll get that cut, collect our money, and then we're going to head over, cut down the other two trees, run back to the shop, and we don't really have that much on the go right now. I guess where it's spring, no one's really calling me, but we're going to get that figured out because I might have a piece of property sold at the subdivision. And just like that, guys, I made $60. I didn't charge too much because, like I said, there's not a lot of work involved in what we're doing. We're just putting a cut in the tree, letting it fall exactly where it's to. So let's get this second one done. There we go. And then I'm going to go over, get this one cut down. Now this one here is going to be a bit trickier than the other ones. We got a house on one side and we got a fence. So I think the best thing for me to do is to drop it in the side yard. So let's get that cut put in, pray that it don't hit anything. Well, here goes nothing. Ooh, okay, that could have been close, but at least it didn't hit the fence. So we get this job done. I'm going to go over, collect my money, and just like that, I made $120 where we cut down two trees. So that was the easiest money I made in a long time. It took me 15 minutes to cut down all the trees. I'm just going to put the chainsaw in the back. I need to run up to the shop. I got a bunch of paperwork, emails, and everything I got to get through. And after we get that done, we're going to head over to the subdivision. I need to start digging out for a foundation. That's if we're able to sell that property. So I think we got it sold. It's just going to be a couple more things with the lawyer that we got to go through. And I got to double check something with the city. But if you guys are enjoying the landscape series and would like to see more landscaping videos in the future, smash like button, subscribe, and consider turning on notifications. That way you're notified every time I post a video. And after driving for 15 minutes, I'm finally over to the shop. So we're gonna run inside and get everything done that needs to be done. There is a few jobs I'm gonna bid on and hopefully we can get them because I need the money so I can start my rental business. Alright, I'm just gonna send this last email. There we go. So there wasn't a lot to bid on. I guess we're so early in the season, but that's not a good sign. But I did bid on two jobs. I'm hoping we can hear back. But for right now, let's get this trailer taken off, head over to the subdivision. I need to meet with the people that are going to be buying the piece of property, sign some paperwork, and from there we can go and start digging out for the basement. Okay, so I get the trailer disconnected. I got a roughly 20-minute drive to get there, so I'll see you guys when I get there. So I'm just pulling up to the subdivision. I just got off the phone with the city. We got everything approved, the permits and everything to start digging this foundation. The only thing that we got to do right now is to talk to the people buying the property, get the funds transferred over, sign some documents, and everything should be good. Alright, so we got everything signed. Now guys, this property over here, I was going to take down the fence, but I decided to leave it there. I'm going to have that listed probably next week, and that should be another, I'm going to say probably $300,000 to $400,000 we can get if I can get that property sold. But anyways, we're gonna head over, get everything ready. I won't be starting to dig till the money gets transferred to my account. They got it sent, but it should take roughly 10 to 15 minutes. If my math is correct, guys, I get to subdivide it up to 6 properties, plus we get that bonus property over there. I should make anywhere from 1 million to 1.5 million. Yes, I just checked my bank account, so the $150,000 for this piece of property is in my account. So I can start digging. I get the blueprints of what they want done, where they want the house put. So I'm just going to start digging here and hopefully we can get this done pretty quick. In the price, you do get a few things. So I dig out the foundation, I give you a load of rock, and when the land is completed, I come over with some topsoil that you can spread out. So I think it's pretty fairly priced, and I'm hoping I can get all these sold within the next month. That way I can start phase 2 and 3 and try to get that done this year because like I said before, we do have a lot of projects that we want to get done this year. I want to get my rental store opened up. I do want to start another subdivision. But the thing is, can't start one until we get this one done because I got so much money tied up into this operation right here. I don't really have the funds to fund another one. And the thing is, the investor I had for the apartment building, he don't want to be an investor for this one or any other projects I'm doing because I took so long with the apartment building, but that's okay. But anyways, I finally got that dug out, and there is a few things I need to get done around my property. So I'm going to take the skid steer with the snow plow, and we're just going to put it at the end of the road for now. Park everything over there because I'm going to try to seed my property here. So guys, right before winter hit, we did put some soil down. It looks pretty good, but I might have to go over, grab a Harley rake because it did get packed down from the weight of the snow. So we're going to try to get that done. We're going to put some seed down. I'm going to try to get my property looking really nice because I'm trying to sell the properties around and I want people to see what the end product could look like. I think that might be the best way to do it, is to make sure my property is really nice looking, the landscaping is done, and when they come in to look at the land, they can see this house and be like, wow, I can have one like that. That's what we're going to do. There's not really that much work on the go right now for me. I did bid on some jobs, still waiting to hear back. And while we're waiting to hear back, why not make this look a little bit better? Get caught up on some of the stuff we got to do. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to run over to the shop. I'm going to grab the dump truck, the tag, and we're going to put the Harley rake on back. Drop it off over here. We're going to get a load of gravel, probably some Class B just to be on the safe side. And then we should be done with this property over here. Hopefully they can get it built pretty quick. That way I can get the properties over here sold a little bit faster because right now no one really wants to buy a piece of land over here because there's no houses there. Well, I feel like after we get a couple there, people are going to want to buy the other properties, if you know what I mean. Anyways, we finally got the dump truck. I ended up grabbing the mower too, just to be on the safe side, because my plan is to try to mow down phase 2 a bit. That way we got less to deal with. Alright guys, so I decided on my way over where we didn't have much weight to grab the gravel. It cost $250, so that's not too bad. I do have a deal worked out with the quarry because where we're starting this subdivision and probably more in the future, I'm going to need a lot of gravel and they're going to give me a good price for it. We're just going to get this dumped off, then we're going to go over, put the Harley rake on the skid steer, get the ground loosened up, and you know what, I just realized I didn't grab the seeder, so that means I need to go back over to the shop and see if it's over there. Wait a minute, you know what, it might be over at the apartment building. I'm not too sure. I think that's the last place I used it, but that was last year, so it could be anywhere, but we do need it. Alright, so I'm just going to get this dumped off. I just got to be careful. I don't want to put too much into the hole because they still got to put the foundation there. So we'll just dump right here, move forward a bit, and if they need it moved, I can come over and move it for them for a charge, of course. Guys, I'm thinking maybe I should go over, rent a little tractor with a seeder on the back because there is a few other projects I want to do. I need to put grass down, and there is a job I bid on. I should hear back tomorrow or the next day that we got to landscape somebody's property. We got to put some trees, bushes, and the lawn needs to be redone. So it is a big area. I think that might be my best option, to rent something a lot bigger than the cedar we got, because that's going to take a while and I don't like walking. But anyways, we get that dumped off. I'm going to go over. We're going to hook the trailer up. We're going to get the ramp put down, take all the attachments off because I'm going to need this tag at a different point because we got to go over and grab our dozer at some point. That farmer still got it. He had it since last year. I'm okay with because I didn't have any dozing jobs, but we do have one coming up very soon with phase 2, which there is a lot of dozer work and it's going to require a lot of time. So I think it might be time for me to hire someone on because we're going to need the help, especially since we're trying to get 2 phases done this year. We need to build our rental store and I'm going to have to hire someone to run that. It's going to be pretty busy. We got a lot of work ahead of us and we don't really have the money to do it as of right now. But once we sell the rest of these properties on phase 1, we're going to have enough money to fund phase 2 and 3. And once we sell the properties on all of the subdivision, I'm looking at close to $10 million, and I'm probably going to have to put close to $1 million in, which isn't too bad. The only bad part about it is I'm using my own money because no investor wants to invest in the subdivision. I can't blame them because last time I got an investor, it took a lot longer to get the project done and they were waiting for the money for at least 4 to 5 months longer than it should have been. But anyways, I got the Harley rake hooked up, so we're gonna head head over, stir up this topsoil, and probably go down roughly, I'm going to say 3 to 4 inches. I don't want to go down too much because the ground is not that good underneath. So if I stir it up and mix it with the bad stuff, the grass isn't going to grow the way I want to. So I'm going to try to keep it up a bit. Make sure we're only turning up the topsoil we put here after. Now, it was pretty good stuff. I got a friend that screens it and he does a really good job. There's usually nothing major in it. No big rocks, nothing that's going to stop it from growing. And I used this stuff before. It seems to be really good material. I just hope it takes over here because the ground is pretty rocky, but like I said, we got like 3 to 4 inches of topsoil that it should be able to grow. If I turn it up without disturbing it too much and putting rocks in from the bottom, I think we should be okay. So let's try to get this done. Then we're gonna run over to the rental store and I'm gonna rent a small tractor seeder, probably for a week or two, depending on how much it costs. And once I get all that done, I'm gonna run over, grab the dozer, and we're gonna start pushing all this grubbing off over here to my left, trying to get that out of the way so we can start phase 2. Hoping I can get that done by at least June. I'm pretty sure I can. I want to make sure the water and sewer hookups are all the way there and we can start putting those properties on the market. I think I can do it, but I might need some help, so that's why I think I might hire on 2 people. It's definitely going to cost me a lot of money, but the faster I can get these projects done, the more money I can make, and the faster I can start another one before winter hits again, which would really slow down my operations because I don't really plan on doing anything in the winter like we did last year. The only thing I did was a little bit of snow clearing over here, and I like that. I want to be able to go on a trip during the cold months. I need to make as much as I can during the summer so I can do that. But anyways, we're done with the Harley rake. I'm going to put it over here and then we're going to go over and see what they got at the rental store. I'm hoping they got something. If not, we're going to have to run over, grab the push seeder and just do it the old-fashioned way. Well guys, it's been roughly 2 hours, but we finally got the tractor and seeder. It cost me $600 for 2 weeks, which isn't too bad. I should be able to use this for at least 2 jobs and a few things I got to do over at my property, which we're going to try to do right now. I ended up picking up the best grass seed I could find because I want to really make this a show property for when people come over here to check out the subdivision. And apparently this grass right here, it will grow really full and really green. Now, it wasn't cheap. It cost me a couple $100 a bag, but if it's going to look nice, it's definitely going to be worth it. So I got the back filled up. I ended up putting it on the highest setting because I want to make sure this grass is going to take without there being any spots without grass. So I think that might be the best way to do it. I am going to pick up some fertilizer just so I can make sure it looks the best. But anyways guys, this is going to be it for this video, and if you guys are enjoying the landscape series and would like to see more videos like this in the future, smash like button, subscribe, and consider turning on notifications. That way you're notified every time I post a video. But until the next one, I'll see you guys later.